Hi, I'm Debbie Peterson, founder of the Wellness Gala. We promote the healing benefits of integrative medicine and holistic choices available to everyone. I've experienced their life changing results firsthand, and I can't wait to share these options with you on our show, Balance Your Life. Each week, along with my co hosts, Barb and Dina, we'll be bringing you experts in fitness, food, health, beauty, and wellness with options, tips, and techniques for a balanced mind, body, and spirit. On today's show, we talk with author Jae Logan about her very important messages in her children's book. Then we chat with Concetta, New York Times bestselling author and world-renowned psychic medium. But first, we talk with Jamie Butler, who is the everyday medium, and she gives us some great practical tips that everybody can try. Hi, everyone. We're here today with Jamie Butler, who is called the Everyday Medium.
Hi, Jamie. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Why the everyday medium? I love the name, but what does it mean?
Well, I settled on it because our field of the metaphysical and talking about intuitive, psychic, call it whatever you would like, seems to be a little outside of the box these days. And I want to help people connect back to their intuitive self in a very normalizing, everyday kind of a way. And it's, come on, if you think about it, when you're intuitive, you use your gut instinct, your heartfelt instincts every day. So
Yeah.
the way that I like to teach about it is to use it every day, not just on special occasions.
I love it, and
I love
it
it
makes it softer. It makes it more inviting.
Yes.
You know, it's not scary.
Also make it seems that it's something that people feel like they can relate to.
They can
Okay.
relate to. Yes.
That's great. So tell us a little bit more about how you work, and I know you teach as well.
Thank you. I have been in the field my whole life, but I've had my business, Love and Light, for over 30 years. I started off doing readings with people, and then it quickly grew into working globally. And I authored a book, and I've been the medium, the voice to spirits for several other books. I worked with Channeling Eric and Elisa Meadows, put together 2 books.
Love and
Perfect.
light.
My passion is teaching people.
Right.
So I love working with any kind of content that works around getting somebody in alignment to their intuitive self, looking at all of their clairs. If you want to list the clairs, you can. But then getting them into healing, learning their own healing instincts, and talking about different modalities, as well as normalizing trance channeling. There's the big one for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is the big one.
Yes. Would you like to explain what that is to everybody?
Trance channeling, well, channeling alone is kind of like allowing the body to be a bit like a straw,
Right.
where information moves straight through it and it doesn't need your brain or your opinion or your judgments on it. That's the hardest part about my job, is setting aside any kind of opinions. And channeling can show up in a variety of different ways. Like when you're in a conversation, sometimes you're having and you say something fantastic and you stop and you pause and you're like, oh my God, did you hear me? Like that was really good. Like I'm listening to myself. That right there is channeling. And
Yeah.
sometimes you will do it with automatic writing. But I teach all levels of channeling. There's not really technical names for it, but the end game is to help people with full incorporation channeling, where a person can allow a spirit or an entity into their physical body so that they can then take over and share messages. So you can think Abraham Hicks, you can think Edgar Casey.
Mhm.
Right. And so that happens to you when you're working.
Yeah, I set it up.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just happen on a whim. I always make sure I've got very strong boundaries around it.
Okay.
But sometimes I will do it in private sessions, or I mostly do it when I'm teaching classes or going through the monthly energy update over on my YouTube channel. I let Spirit come through and talk about that.
When you are connecting, you're connecting to a group or the same spirit or your inner being when you're channeling.
Oh, yeah, that is a really wonderful question, because we all operate so differently. The way that I like to work is I have an entity named Maitland. She is 9 years old and she likes to explain. She doesn't have to be 9 years old. She does it because she likes to, as same as me, kind of demystify and put some humor onto this woo-woo topic of intuition and psychic abilities. So she stays very young and very humorous. And then I also work with a guide named Grace, who She's kind of hard to describe. She has this kind of very uplifting, very direct. She describes content in such a way where you're listening and you just go, I never thought about it like that. She shines light into areas that you just don't normally go to. And so I like working with her. But I've also worked with several other entities that have come through. Hard to describe.
Right.
When you're teaching, are you teaching individually or are you teaching to a group?
I like to teach to a group. I do in-person lessons as well as online. So most of my work right now has been online since the whole quarantine.
Right. Well, now people are coming back out again, so hopefully.
Just makes it easier. This is the brave new world.
Yeah.
People want to know this information, and you're doing it in such a way, again, that is not abrasive. You know, when people hear about it, that you
It's
know,
not scary
Yeah,
either.
you're bringing more people
Yeah.
in. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
I love
Hey,
it.
the everyday medium.
I know. It's
All right.
perfect. It's perfect.
And I just have to say right now, even though I was going to save it to the end, but I am thrilled that you're flying up from Atlanta to New Jersey to be a part of our panel discussion, which is so much more than a discussion. I mean, it's really all of you using your wonderful abilities and gifts and answering questions from the audience. And so
Our
happy
audience is in for such a treat.
They
and
are.
For all of our listeners at home, they should prepare their questions now because Jamie's going to be here and answering them.
Right. Do you have anything that you could give us a little sneak peek or demo about some of the things you do? Or
Oh, so now we've just opened up the whole can of worms. So I was lingering back on June 5th, like I cannot wait to be a part of the panel,
Yeah.
the power of thought and words, which is very poignant when it comes to any kind of work, any kind of like communication or connecting meaning to what you're trying to convey with someone. And so when I teach my classes, I linger a lot on language and words, and we'll go over all that and at the panel.
yeah, so thank you for giving us that topic for the whole that was amazing.
But I also like to help people distinguish the difference between their imagination and their intuition. Because I think a lot of people come into this and they think, oh, you know, I got so creative, but that was just my imagination. Like it was luck, or it was a coincidence, or it was a bright idea. And I'm like, well, all those words are just the same for saying I was intuitive at that moment. And to remind everybody that's listening, science is now on our heels, which is so wonderful. Thank you. That when they look at the brain, they don't define the brain as some stagnant organ anymore. It's an antenna. And so it transmits and it receives messages. And they can prove that now with EKGs that they put about 2 feet away from the brain. And so to me, it's important for you to know where your imagination is, because the confusion that occurs when you're learning about your intuitive abilities is that intuition and imagination share the same room. They're like bunkmates, and you can decide who's sleeping on top or who's sleeping on the bottom. But so to identify where your imagination is if you feel safe enough where you are, I invite you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine a red rocking chair. You created it, you see it, you know if it's adult size, kid size, made of wood, made of plastic, new, old, bright red, dull. You know if it's inside, outside, right? You got it. Now point to it. Like literally move your hands and point to where it is. Everybody's going to have a different location. Now open your eyes. You see, oh, the three of us have like the same location. Suddenly everybody's pointing in different directions. That point that you're at is where your intuition is going to come in.
Oh, interesting.
And the way that you can tell the difference is this, really short. Your imagination takes energy from you. You have to take energy, invest it, and create it. When intuition arrives, it's going to come to the same point first because they share rooms. And when it comes in, you manage it. You'll often go, oh, that was interesting. Why was I thinking that? Well, that was strange. Why'd that pop in? Because you're receiving it. And so it's intuitive. Intuitive doesn't create here. Imagination does. Intuition arrives. And so if you just have a hint of going, strange, I want you to chalk it up as your intuitive self. And it's great homework to take with you.
Yeah, an amazing
Great
exercise.
explanation. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I never looked at it that way, and I don't think, honestly, in all the people we've talked to, hundreds of practitioners and things, I don't think it was ever quite explained that simply.
Not at all. Not at all.
Our whole crew's nodding their heads that yes. So thank
Everybody's
you,
like,
Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you for being on with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so nice to see you and everyone here.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank
And we'll
you.
be right back after this. Well, we're here with Barb. And Barb, what do you have for us today?
So today I have a chopped veggie and chicken salad bar.
It looks so good.
So instead of just having everything all mixed together and putting, a salad on the table or big individual bowls, if that's what you're just going to have for dinner, this is just more of a fun way.
Looks fun.
It's easy to present. You just line everything up like this. It's,
Okay.
pretty simple, like I said, and then everybody can just take what they want off of the plate. And then I just have some toppings here that you can put on top. I have pepperoncini, pumpkin seeds, some feta or goat cheese, this one's goat cheese, and some onions. So the beauty of this is that you can literally put anything you want in here. Anything. You could
Sounds
put
great.
beets, avocado, anything. And then always have some nice rustic bread to go with it. And,
And dressing on the side, right?
And dressing on the side. And I'm just going to pour that in there. And there you go.
Fantastic.
It doesn't get easier than that.
great.
Than that
Thanks,
dressing.
Barb.
You're welcome. Hope you like it.
The Eclectic Boutique in downtown Montclair has handmade items locally sourced from area artists and entrepreneurs. It's the perfect place to shop for unique gifts such as one-of-a-kind jewelry, clothing, crystals, and organic skin and food products, plus much, much more. This charming store has something special for everyone, so stop in today or visit our website to see our merchandise and learn about classes and event offerings.
We're super excited to tell you that we'll be launching a new podcast that will take our show and all of you to the next level.
We believe that now is the perfect time to take you on a deeper dive into all perspectives and options that we have featured throughout the years to help you navigate through these changing times.
Stay tuned for all the details.
The Soul Institute is paving the transformational path of the modern alchemist. You may be curious if you're a modern alchemist. Are you drawn to aromatics, crystals, the elements, and the natural world? Do you yearn to unlock the hidden wisdom within you? Over the last 2 years, our programs and retreats have brought many like-minded souls together in a sacred community of shared intention to transform the places of limitation into wisdom, strength, and compassion. Through the 5 pillars of modern alchemy, essential oils, crystal healing, meditation, and practical alchemy, as well as the love frequency, we have collectively risen to new levels of empowerment, passion, and purpose.
I'm here today with Jae Logan, who is an author of Mommy Doesn't Look Sick and Holiday Cookies. Thank you for being with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us, what inspired you to write the books?
So Mommy Doesn't Look Sick is based on my personal experience.
Okay.
I was diagnosed with a very rare liver disease 9 years ago. And when I was first diagnosed, they didn't think I was going to last the night.
Wow.
And
Ooh,
yeah,
scary.
it was super scary. So what they found was that both of my lungs were full of blood clots. And my husband and I understand that one blood clot is dangerous, lungs full.
Yeah, I've never
Severe.
heard of that before.
Neither had I.
Yeah.
So my husband asked if we should bring the kids in just in case. So I had a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old at the time.
Okay.
And they immediately said yes. So scared the crap out of us. And I'm trying to
course.
think that this could be the last time I'd see my kids. And it just scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
So they came in and I just kept thinking of all the wonderful maternal advice you could kind of force into, a 90-second visit and hope that they remember for the rest of their lives.
Right. Oh.
But then I got through that night and I got through the next night, and it turns out I have a very rare liver disease called Budd-Chiari syndrome. And it comes with a trio of blood disorders that cause clotting. So I'm on lifelong blood thinners and, medication to keep me healthy.
Right. Well, you look healthy now, I
Thank
have to
you.
say. Thank God. Yeah.
Thank you. The doctors actually recently said, we're so surprised that you're this healthy for somebody who's had this long.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was supposed to be healthy still. Okay. But, the love of family and support
That's great.
absolutely helps bring me there. So there was no guideline for me at that time of how to handle this and how to live with a lifelong illness with small children
Right.
because I didn't look sick. right?
Okay.
It was
right.
entirely,
Hence the name. Yes.
yes, hence the name.
Okay.
So you have to explain to children something, because if not, then they think you just don't want to go with them trick-or-treating, or you just don't
yeah.
want to, watch them play baseball on days where you just can't get out of bed. And I was honest with them to what I thought a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old could take. And they turned out to be super helpful. On days where I couldn't get out of bed, my 9-year-old son would bring me water, offer to make me soup. I mean,
that's
from
great.
a can, but it was
Yeah,
still
of
so
course.
thoughtful.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's great.
And as they got older, I've explained more and more to them, and I make sure that they're aware of what I have now at 13 and at 18, because it's things that they need to be checked for.
Right. Okay.
This is hereditary. We have no clue where I got it from. No one in my family has
I was
it.
going to ask you. Okay. Well, I mean, it led you to write a great book, and
Yes.
that will help other parents and other children.
Yes,
I
and-
guess that's the point.
Exactly. The book is not scary, and I do emphasize this when I tell people. It's not just, mommy's sick and everything is so freaky. It's really showing that children are concerned and that they care
course.
and that they want to be helpful. And having an honest conversation with them yields wonderful results, right?
Yes.
They can help around the house. They can bring you water or help you make sure you remember to take your medicine. And that makes them feel very happy and very comfortable.
Right, and they have some control because they're helping too,
Yes,
right? I think
absolutely.
it's probably scarier when you don't know.
Right. When you're whispering in the next room to your
Yeah,
spouse, or
right.
on the phone with a friend, and then they come in and you shoo them away. It's very scary for them.
Yes.
And so I want parents, and I want aunts and uncles and neighbors and friends that love
Anyone.
children.
Yeah.
Yes. To know that you can reach out and have a conversation with them. Remember their age, right? You don't want to give them technical medical
Right,
jargon.
age appropriate.
But they definitely want to be there to help. And that book is a love story to my family. The images are of me and my family.
Okay,
My
great.
parents are in the book. My
that's
sister makes an appearance, my nieces. So
great.
I want them to know that I appreciate everything that they've done for me to keep me healthy and keep me strong, this 9 years.
Right.
And I want families to see that it's a real family, and this is what we've been through, and they can
Right.
do it too.
That's fantastic. And is this geared towards any age group or?
So the books are usually 5 to 10 if you want them to read on their own.
Okay.
But I have a friend who's in her late 30s who has a teenage daughter who bought the book to support me, read it by herself to herself,
Okay.
called me up crying and said she finally feels seen.
Oh, wow. Okay. So really
it's a children's book,
Yeah,
but-
absolutely. And I guess if
Yes.
you're a little younger, obviously the parents could read it.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
it's appropriate.
It is.
Yeah. Great. Well, where can people get the book?
It's available on Amazon.
Okay.
And then I do pop-ups, at street fairs and vendor events.
Okay.
And I always post it on my social media. So you can
Okay,
follow
great.
me on Instagram at Jae Logan.
Okay.
And I always post where I'm going to be.
That's great. Okay. Tell us about the second book then.
Overall, my goal of both of these books and any future books that I come out with are to show children that they can be wonderful, productive members of society. and
That's
that
fantastic. Right.
and I just think about COVID, and I think about everything that's happened since then. And the world has become, in some places, really dark, and in some places, a bright light. You get those children who are starting lemonade stands to help others. And
Yes.
I'm so inspired by that, and I would love to see more of that in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the second book is about learning about your neighbors, and it's called Holiday Cookies. It is not a cookbook, but there is
Right, okay.
there is a cookie recipe in there, and it's a twist on a sugar cookie.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of sugar cookies, but this one I actually enjoy. So so this one is about learning about other cultures. So
Okay.
it celebrates Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Diwali, and Bodhi Day.
Okay.
The day that
okay.
that Buddha reached an ultra and super
Enlightenment?
enlightenment.
Oh,
Yes,
cool.
and it's a beautiful blend. So the inspiration for this is every Thanksgiving we bring pumpkin pies to the local firehouse. My
Oh,
family,
nice. Uh-huh.
and I bake cookies. I love to bake cookies, and we bring them to friends and neighbors. And so I said, well, this is a really good journey. And I remember when I was in 3rd grade, not too long ago, that we learned about Hanukkah, and I learned the dreidel song, and I still know the dreidel song, and I'm very proud of myself that I remember something from the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And that's not taught in school every day now, and you don't get to learn about other cultures and other religions. And so it's a very high level. It's not going deep into anybody's religion, but it is talking about the holiday they celebrate and how you can do something simple like bring cookies to a neighbor and learn about their holidays.
Great, because you're just teaching them about community and being nice to others at a basic level.
Yes, just being
that's fabulous.
great citizens of tomorrow.
Right.
These are the
That's what
people
we
that are
need.
going to be running the world when I'm retired.
That's right. Yes, exactly. And you can also get this on Amazon or
Yes.
at your website?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
Well, that's fantastic. When can we expect a new book?
There will definitely be a third children's book in 2024.
Okay.
My goal is before May.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yes.
All right.
I'm in the process of speaking to an illustrator.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna complete my young adult science fiction thriller. So
Wow.
that one I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
And I've been holding that and hiding it for many years because I was always afraid to hit the publish button.
Okay.
And I was given a push actually a couple of years ago by John Leguizamo at an event.
Okay.
And I went to him and I said, I'm a writer and I love your work. I think you're amazing. And he looked at me and said, we need more Hispanic writers in the world. We need Hispanic artists. Please hit publish.
Okay.
Just do it already. And so with that and the love story, I said, all right, fine, I'm going to do it. And now I feel more
you.
comfortable. And yeah, this is
That's fantastic.
my passion.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and telling us about the books, and we can't wait to see the new ones coming out.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your support.
Oh, no problem. Okay, and we'll be right back after this.
Do you want to restore your tooth enamel and eliminate sensitivities? Holistic Hacker here with my #1 hack for cavities, Dentite Tooth Armor. You may think you can't heal cavities, but I've done the research and it's actually possible with Dentite. Just brush it in. Studies show within 2 minutes it begins resurfacing tooth enamel and protects teeth 4 times stronger than fluoride. Dentite is a game changer for myself and so many others. Grab some at mfoods.shop and be pain-free today.
Do you suffer from headaches, stiff, sore joints, digestive disorders, recurring infections, emotional stress, or sleepless nights? Try Enzyme Nutrition. It's scientific, personalized, and has no side effects. Visit Susan Richter, RN, at nextlevelhealing.com. Read her reviews or reach out directly at 973-586-0626 to learn more.
Welcome to A3 Digital Media, your one-stop shop for all your marketing needs. We target, strategize, captivate, and convert for you. We make it our passion to elevate your brand. Our services are personalized for you, and the only time we succeed is after you do. You can trust us to provide quality work that will get to you in no time. Be ahead, stand out from your competition, grow your business to the peak.
Hi, I'm here today with Concetta, best-selling New York Times author, world-renowned medium, dear friend, co-host, superstar. And we are here today for another panel event, which we're both very excited about.
Absolutely.
But, Concetta, why don't we just talk a little bit about what you do, as if somebody out there didn't know who you
Okay,
were.
sure, absolutely. Well, I am I guess you would call a psychic medium. That's how they refer to it. I always say only medium, because when you are a medium, it's just well known that you have an ability for psychic ability.
Yes.
So I do that, and I also write books. So I'm very proud of my genre and my books.
And you are with us on Balance Your Life TV show.
Yes, that's fun. I love being on Balance Your Life. Debbie brings a lot of great things to the forefront. I think that today people are really looking for this information, because I also believe that spirituality is the grandest and the biggest discovery of the 21st century. And I think Debbie works, and yourself, Dina, work hard to make sure folks are getting information that will greatly help their living quality of life.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, but what we do is out of passion, just like you. It's part of our lives, and I too am seeing more and more people opening up, right, to their spirituality, to seeing things from a different perspective.
Yes, the possibilities.
The possibilities. And today's panel event is really about answering questions and giving a different perspective to our audience, you know. So why don't you talk a little bit about what you're going to bring to the table today for our panelists?
Well, it's all up to the audience, but we have so much information that I think would be beneficial to people in their everyday life, such as the fact that we do not die, so there's no fear in dying, and also the fact that our loved ones are always communicating with us. And if we learn and accept and embrace that, we would really benefit every single day of our lives. just from knowing that.
You literally changed my life and put it into perspective for me in a way. When you simply said to me, Dee, it's air. And I keep that in my heart. Would you just share
Sure.
that?
I like to tell people that our dead folks are in the air we breathe. And air is spelled AIR, and it stands for always in reach, because they are always in reach.
Also, you have some wonderful things happening now. Is there anything you'd like to talk about what's
Sure.
coming up or what
I
you're
would.
doing?
I'd love to, Dee. I was just on a podcast called Next Level Soul. I'm very proud of the interview. I hope your folks will tune in. It's on YouTube. You can pull it up easily, even on Instagram. And I think he's on TikTok. That's it. Yeah. But anyway, I'm real proud of the interview. It went well, and I would love it if people tuned in.
I saw it. It's easy to find, and it's fabulous.
Thank
It
you.
is worth
Thank
looking
you.
for, but it's easy to find. You really did a great job.
Thank you so much.
You're wonderful.
Had a lot
wonderful.
of fun.
Yeah. So let's go do our thing.
You got it, baby.
All right. One question for Concetta.
Okay.
Your name?
Gina.
Gina. And what is your question, Gina?
So, Concetta, I have a very close family member that needs help desperately. And they don't think that they need help. And I pray and I hope, but I don't know how to reach them.
Can you please do me a favor and just tell me her first name?
Gina.
No, her first name.
He.
It was a he. Who is
Bob. Robert.
it? Oh, okay. I know
He-
what it is. I'm sorry, I know what it is. Oh God, so the problem is the old saying, you can drag a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. That's what applies here. And I know it's hurting him. I know it's deteriorating his health. And I know you're all worried about it just being a matter of time. I really wish there was something magical I could just say, because I feel so bad, because I know how much you love this person. And so many other people love this person. The saddest part is when somebody doesn't want to help themselves and they don't want to hear what everybody else sees, because they do see what everybody else sees and they know they're right. They're just he's in complete denial. And I hope you know this, because I feel parents, well, I shouldn't be saying this, right? Okay. So there's parents that are on the other side who know all about this, and they're trying to sway that person differently.
In a negative?
No, they're trying to talk to him in the subconscious, not in the negative. But he's hearing it and seeing it. He's just pushing it away. And I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
I'm sorry, because
No,
I know.
I'm happy.
Okay, all right. Does it, just because I'm listening to some stuff on my own here, does it have something to do with any kind of an abuse, alcohol, drugs?
Well, I kind of I
Okay.
want to not think that, but I
No,
kind of
I
think
hope you
that.
forgive me. There is.
But
it
I
is-
think it's a
it-
depression. Just a whirlwind of everything, and I
No,
try
but
to help.
that is involved though. Yeah, it is. And I can only say that because it's a hidden addiction of some sort, and nobody wants to face it or look at it or find it or whatever, and he's certainly not going to bring it up. My only advice at this point, and I feel so bad because it's not the cure-all, but I would just ask for intervention. Please help for intervention, because this person is definitely heading in a road that I feel uncomfortable about. And I don't like to say negative
He's so
things.
hurt.
It's all kinds of things that added up to what it is. This isn't just one thing.
No,
There are many things
100%.
that happened in his life that led him to feel like this is the only way he can deal with it.
100%.
So sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Concetta.
Denville Medical.
You to the ultimate live intuitive event. With renowned experts, we're about to embark on a mind-blowing experience.
Get ready for an extraordinary journey into the realm of the unknown. Whether it's matters of the heart, career choices, or spiritual growth, we've got you covered.
During the panel discussions, we are ready to take your burning questions and provide you with profound insights.
We have vendors, healing sessions.
To find out more about everything we have, go to wellnessgala.com. We look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching today, and be sure to check out balanceyourlife.tv and subscribe to our YouTube channel.